Hello boys and girls, welcome to today's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from my sister's garden today here in Woodhall Spa in Lincolnshire. I'm here at last on my holiday. Well, actually, I'm back now. This was recorded a couple of days ago. I am back now. We've got the dogs, the cats. Look at the dog. Bruno! Bruno! Come on, boy. All the dogs are here. I'll show you the pets, all right? Duchess! Up you come. Come and say hello. Come and say hello to people. Look. We've got Bruno the dog, haven't we, eh? Where's Duchess? Duchess! Come on! Duchess! And where's the other one? Go on, down you get, boy. Down you get, boy. This is Duchess. Right, up you come. Oh, there she is. It's like a real pet's house here. It is. The pets rule the home, didn't you? Mwah. So we've got those two. There is another big dog as well. I don't know where he is. Duke! Do you know where Duke is? Where's Duke? Duke's around as well. I am, of course, in holiday attire today. Yes, we've got the tracksuit bottoms and the just a minute, let me bend down and get my bits of paper here, and my vest on today. And I've been here a couple of days already. It's been quite nice. The weather, unfortunately, hasn't been so nice. We had one day of sun, and today it's a little bit overcast. Although the sun does appear to be peering through at the moment. Good journey here. Now, I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed, boys and girls. By the way, there's an email address to the show. If you want to join in, then it's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, I have to say to you, what I usually do to get up here is drive at night time, which indeed I did this time. And I usually work, and then I finish work and I drive up here, which is indeed what I did this time. I was doing Bingay in Ealing. A little place in Ealing I do Bingay in, West 5, on Tuesday nights, 8 till midnight. And there was a boy in there called Lee. And I had this pair of shorts on, OK? Now, they're not short shorts. They come just below the knees. You know the sort, right? Do you know what he said? Do you know what he says as I was walking around reading out the numbers for Bingay? He said, why was I wearing shorts for fat people? What a cheek, dear. What an absolute liberty, dear. That's not the only comment I've had on my new increased weight. Another comment I've had from none other than my niece's boyfriend, who said I was looking a bit porky. Porky! Me, Chris Reardon. International celebrity, award-winning DJ, landlord, global broadcaster, environmental conservationist, pilot, master of merriment, connector, and your fairy godmother, look porky. It's outrageous, isn't it? Well, I am about 12 stone 8 at the moment. I'm probably going to be a little bit heavier by the time I get home, I think, due to what I've been eating here so far. But my sister, she does like to look after me. I don't know where she is. Sharon? Are you there, Sharon? I don't think she's there. I don't think she'd come out, actually. Sharon! Where's Sharon? Go and get Mum. Come on, Bruno. Go and get Mum. Oh, she won't come out. She's stuck in there. Anyway, so I've been called a fat person and porky all in the space of just a couple of days. I'm livid. Absolutely livid. I know what it is. It's the bread machine. I've got to stop using the bread machine for a while. But then again, am I bothered? I don't think I'm that bothered. I'm not that bothered. Since I was up here, my brother-in-law, he's got this handheld device that you can measure BMI. Body Mass Index. And the idea, you set how high you are and how much you weigh, and then you hold on to this thing, and it sends an electrical pulse through you. I mean, I didn't feel a thing, rather disappointingly, but it's supposed to send this electric pulse through you and tells you your BMI, and mine is apparently 28.4 or something like that, which puts me, I hate to say it, boys and girls, in the overweight category. Clearly, I am now clinically obese, boys and girls. But what is one to do? Can one give up chocolate marshmallows? Can one give up vanilla ice cream? Can one give up sausage rolls? It's all so hard. It's all so hard. It really is. Surely I should just be able to exercise more. It's finding the time to do these things. Anyway, on the way here, usually it takes about just over 3 hours, 3.5 hours. This time, unfortunately, it took an hour extra, about 4.5 hours. No, I wouldn't say 4.5 hours. I went 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 3.5. It did take a little bit longer this time because I had 2 detours. Now, one was on the M11. Well, I think they closed junctions 9 to 11. Now, it's also easy to travel up on the motorway. It's like a straight line. As soon as they start closing and you have to detour, and the detour goes sort of all the way around, and that must have put a good 30 minutes onto the journey. And also, when I was like within 10 minutes of here, I got to this road. This would be about 3:30, 3:45 in the morning. I could see all these blue flashing lights in front of me. I thought there must have been an accident there or something. And as I got closer, there was a little sign right in front of the accident that said road closed, and it was an enormous juggernaut literally in someone's garden. You shouldn't laugh, really. Can you just imagine that? Being in bed and suddenly a juggernaut ends up hitting the side of your house and in your garden. It's blooming awful, isn't it? So that put me back as well, so I had to go back round, and took me another 10, not too much longer, about another 10, 15 minutes or so. So there we are, two detours on the way here, but I eventually got here, and my dear sister was waiting for me. Usually I ring her just before I get here, so she gets up and she puts the kettle on. Not only my sister, the dogs were going mad. They were going mad, not thinking that there'd been a burglary, but because they know my footsteps. Oh, yes. Pets aren't stupid, you know. They know who's at the door. Now, my sister has various animals. She has 3 dogs. There's Duke. He's the great big one. He is the one that I would say gave me the biggest greeting. There is Duchess. They're both black Labradors. And there's Bruno, who is a Spaniel, who's actually down by my legs at the moment. Aren't you, Bruno? Hey? Yes, there he is. Look, Bruno the dog. He's here as well. She also has 4 cats. There's Buster. Now, Buster is a fat cat. And he is the most friendly cat in the world. Oh, he loves attention. There's Vinny. Now, Vinny is quite old. He's about 18 years old and now has trouble walking. His back legs don't kind of come up quite. There's Tix. I love that name, don't you? Tix. That's a male cat. And there's Peaches. Now, Peaches is the only girl cat, and she is as miserable as sin. She's always moaning. Ginger cat, she's always moaning, dear. Now, I'm not saying that all of the female species moan. I'm not saying that, lads. Honestly, I'm not. So there's that. She also has fish. I don't know if you can hear at the moment, but I'm actually sitting in front of my sister's pond, and you might be able to hear running water there, can you? Listen carefully. It's lovely, isn't it? So she's got a fish pond there, and there's a massive great carp fish in it, and Buster has been told off on various occasions trying to catch the carp. as it swings. He obviously doesn't get enough. You wouldn't think he was starving, the size of this blooming cat, I tell you. Also, the fish are also constantly being attacked by a heron that comes to visit the garden and tries to have a go at the fish as well. So she's got a fish pond behind me with lots of little yellow flowers and that, as those of you watching can see on the video. So she's got all that. So I got there, all the dogs making a fuss, and then we had a cup of tea. Not only did that, I had 2 or 3 sausage rolls and some chocolate marshmallows. Very, very tasty indeed. Eh? Oh, she's also got fish in a little tank in the living room. Little fish tank in the living room, which I'll try and get a little video of. Just for those of you watching the YouTube, okay? Perhaps at the end of this or something. So she's got those. Now, the fish there, they came... Or that fish tank came out of my little nephew's room. Jimmy didn't want the fish tank in there anymore, so that's that. And I do notice, you know, whenever you go up to the fish tank, the fish come to the side of the fish tank and kind of look at you. And you're looking at them. And they're looking at you, and it's all very bizarre. And you're kind of wondering what they're thinking. My brother-in-law reckons it's that they want even more food. What do you think? Have you got tropical fish? Do they come to the side when you sort of go up to the glass? They come over. And she's also got this fantastic little cleaning gadget on the side of the fish tank. Now, this is clever. Basically, it's a rubber thing on one side. That bit is in the water, and it's got a very strong magnet attached to it. And you, on the other side of the glass, have another little magnet thing attached with a handle. And to clean the glass, you simply move it up and down. The fish don't like that, though. They do not like that cleaning device. I was doing it up and down, and they kept running away. So that's very good. I do like all these little gadgets. Such a simple thing. Why did people take so long to think of these things? So that's it, really. Unfortunately, the day I left my house, I got a bad eye again. I don't know, it's twice that's happened now. I don't think it's a sty, because a sty is a big thing, but my eye went all red, and the upper eyelid became inflamed. And it's been quite a little bit painful, really. I've been to the chemist since, I was going to say dentist then. I've been to the chemist since I was here. And he reckons it's an allergy, which would kind of make sense. It's probably the cats and my cats, really, because it happened before I got here. So it's probably the cats or something, and it's caused allergy in my eye. And he's given me some drops, so that's gone down well enough. Also, he suggested I put a tea bag on there. Apparently, tea bag is very good for soothing things. Anyone know that? Eh? Is that an old wives' tale, I'm being told? So, and another ailment I've had is, I don't know what's happened, but one of my toes is hurting. There's a couple of toes pressing on each other in the trainers that I'm wearing. Now, we have also been down to the sports shop here. Okay, while I've been here, we always go down to the sports shop and have a little look at that. And I was going to try another pair of trainers, perhaps a size up, a size 9. But the most ridiculous thing in the sports shop is that they have now tied all the trainers together, because apparently they've had a lot stolen. So now they've got the alarm tags and put them round both trainers, and it's a nightmare trying to get them on. You know, trying them for size, because you're trying to put this thing on, and the other trainer is tied so tightly, and this is the same with all of them, tied up so tightly to the other ones that you can't actually fit them on. And in the end, I got the ump and just walked out. Oh, I can't be doing with that. So that's it. Let me see. Also, so far, I went round to my niece's house, Tracy's house, and she was serving dinner at the time to my to her boyfriend. Kebab and chips, honestly. That poor boy has been at work all day long, and all she could do was give him kebab and chips from the shop. Terrible, isn't it? No, mind you, she does work very hard. She actually manages a pub. My little niece, Tracy. Good on her. What else? My sister cooked us dinner. 2 dinners I've had so far. One of which was sausage plat. Very nice. Now, that's basically sausage meat with... Here come the dogs again. You all right, boys? Sausage meat with pastry on the top. Very tasty, and all her seasoning and what have you. Is that all I've got to tell you so far? I think that is, actually. Oh, on the first day that I was here, we had to collect my nephew, little Jimmy, 11, from school. It's his last year at school. And actually, tonight, I'm quite excited tonight, because they are having their end-of-year school play, and I have a ticket to see such an event. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Apparently he has a speaking part, just one line, and the actual play itself is about 3 hours long, which is quite some time. Now, can you believe it's just starting to rain? Sharon, you haven't got an umbrella, have you? It's just starting to rain. Come and say hello. Oh, Stacey's over there. Come and say hello, Stacey.
Do you want an umbrella first?
It's starting to rain. You haven't got a big one, have you? Have you got a big one? This is terrible. We will try and carry on while the rain's coming down. This is dreadful. Who's that there? I can't see you through the glass. Come through.
No.
Who is it? They won't come out. I told you. Stacey come out. Oh, she loves being on. Anything to get. Oh, there she is. There you are, darling. Can you hold it while I'm doing the rest? I don't think it's going to be big enough, is it? Look. Say hello. Come down. Say hello, darling. Look, it's Stacey. This is Gary's girlfriend, Stacey.
Hello.
And it, darling.
What?
I don't know what we're going to do, really. We can't. There's nowhere to. You haven't got one of those golf umbrellas. Has it stopped again?
It's not that bad.
It's stopped again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll try and carry on then. Don't worry, darling. Yeah. It's a bit much, really, isn't it? Never mind. Don't worry. Now, where was I? What was I telling you? Oh, yeah. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, yeah, so we had sausage plat, and that was quite nice. And that's it. That's what I've done so far. Looking forward to his play tonight. His end of school play, because he leaves school this year and then goes to secondary school next year. So looking forward to that. All right, now I should tell you more in the next show. But meanwhile, look at this. Emails, dear. Thousands coming in every moment of the day. I can't cope. I can't cope. Keep sending them in. You know the email address. It's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, don't forget there's a postal address as well. If you want to put pen to paper, I'll give you the postal address. I'll have to do that from memory today, after this quick email from little Catalin. How are you, my darling? Catalin in the US of A, who has, since we last spoke, had a birthday. Who's that? Who's that?
My sister.
Is this your sister?
Yeah, this is Lisa.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Come and sit on my knee, Lisa. Come and say hello. This is Lisa. She's very pretty. I reckon she could turn me, you know, the other way. Come on, Lisa. Look, this is Lisa. Hello. What do you do, Lisa?
What do I do?
You'll have to sit there. Oh, is she heavy? You'll have to get your head down because they won't be able to see you because they'll only see your chin. This is Lisa. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, what do you do? Do you live near here?
Yeah, I live in Osenby.
What do you do for a job?
Not a lot.
Are you not a worker?
Yeah.
Have you got a boyfriend?
Sort of.
Oh, so you're not sure?
I'm not sure.
You've got several, haven't you?
No, I've got one.
We can't have that. We're religious people watching this programme. One boyfriend only, dear. And it. Thank you very much. Go on, off you go, dear.
Thank you.
Oh, Sharon, come and say hello, darling. Sharon! Oh, my sister, she won't come over. She won't come over. It's like isn't it nice? Like a little family show today. I am enjoying this. Oh, Duke, here's the big dog. Come on, boy. Here's the big dog. Look, here's the big one. This dog's massive. Hello, matey. You going to come and say hello? I don't know if you can get up here. You can't see him, can you? Oh, it's Duke the dog. You are gorgeous. Hang on, let me put that down there. Try and get up here, mate. Jump. Can you get your paws up here? Will I hurt you if I do that? I don't know. Oh, I can't lift you. You're massive, aren't you? Go on, off you go. Duke the dog, right. Actually, let's, do you want to quickly see him? Hang on a minute. Duke! Oh, you've gone. Has he gone? Oh, never mind, he's gone now. I like to show you everyone that's here. It's exciting, isn't it? Right, then, let's do some emails. Yes, it's Catalin, who is our young violinist in the US of A, aren't you, my darling? Nice to hear from you. And she says, "Hi, Chris. It surprised me to hear you mention me in your show today. I was on my way to a violin lesson when I heard you mention that I was United Kingdom Talk's resident violinist." Of course, dear. Of course. We haven't got any other violinists, listen. We all do different things, don't we? I do the keyboard, you do the violin. Anyone else play an instrument? Huh? Do you play an instrument at all? Do let me know. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Catalin says, "That made me smile. It was nice to know that you haven't forgotten me." Of course I haven't forgotten you. Why would I forget you? Keep up the great work. Your shows always brighten my day. Well, I wish I could brighten my own day here. It's very cloudy. Thanks for all your hard work. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when I am down. You made me love you. Oh, I can't remember the rest of it, Catalin. God bless. Love always, your violinist friend, Catalin, who is now 17. Birthday was on the 2nd of July. Well, you didn't tell me that, did you, dear? We'll have to sing happy birthday now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Catalin, the violinist, resident violinist of United Kingdom Talk. Happy birthday to you. All right? Happy birthday, darling. And hello to Wayne Anonymous, who says, hello, Chris. That broken plastic pin on your mobile phone charger you were talking about, that was broken, is not required for the charger to work. The other two pins connect to an internal transformer, so the ground connection is not needed. Do not waste your money on a new charger, or you will be unable to afford another new car until you reach pension age. Bye for now. That's from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous. Mad as always. No, the trouble is, here in the UK, Anonymous, we have 3-pin plugs. They are all 3-pin plugs. There's a top large pin, which is the earth, and there's a live and a neutral either side on the plug. Now, the earth pin pushes into the wall to open 2 shutters, which then allow the other 2 pins in. So, if the earth pin is broken, the plug won't be able to be pushed into the socket. So you can see, I do, although there's nothing connected to it, which is pretty obvious because that part of the pin is actually plastic anyway in this case, although there's nothing connected to it, it is still required to be able to push the hole into to be able to push the plug into the wall to open up the 2 shutters for the live and neutral pins, you see. So I do need that pin, but thanks for the advice there, Anonymous. Nice to hear from you, sir. I'll tell you what, we'll have a little, I might take you around the house, actually. Have a little look around the outside of the house. Didn't we do the inside last time? I think we did the inside last time, and I'll describe it for those of you listening, of course, all right? Now, surprise, surprise, an email arrived out of the blue the other day from a friend of mine that I haven't heard of for ages and ages and ages. Her name's Dawn, and she used to come into one of the pubs that I used to work in, Camden, on Monday nights. And she came to she used to come every week to the 70s and 80s night that I used to run there, which was absolutely packed, rammed to the hilt. It was rammed to the ceiling. And I always remember the first time she came in there, and she said, "Blimey, it's packed in here," which it was. That's one of my successes. That is the 70s and 80s night. We finished it about, well, it must have been about 6 or 7 years ago now. But we had a good run in there of just 70s and 80s music all night long. It was fantastic. Unfortunately, the place I worked for made a little bit of a pig's ear of it all. Because what happened is that another 2 large venues opened in London on a Monday night. And they were doing the drinks extremely cheaply. And I was very concerned about this. I thought that a lot of people would stop coming to me and start going to them, because, I mean, literally, we were charging, I suppose, £3 for a pint of lager, and they were charging £1. Now, of course, some people would say it's not all about the price of the drink, and yes, I know what you're saying there, but at those prices, you see, and what the company decided to do, who I was with at the time, they decided to wait and see. Well, unfortunately, they waited a little bit too long, and within a few weeks, it emptied us completely, down to sort of from 350 people to about 50 in the space of 6 weeks. You see, that's the trouble. Once these things start to die, they can die very quickly. And everyone was going to the place what charged just £1 the drink, unfortunately. So it kind of killed us off, and we were never able to recover from that. But still, it was good. You know, while it lasted, it was really good. 70s and 80s night at that place. And Dawn used to come every week. She loved it. I think in particular, she liked dancing to a song by the Wombles. Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon, Coleman are we. Do you know that one? I'm sure you do. I'm sorry I'm screwing my face up a bit, but since we started the show, it's got a bit bright again now. Anyway, Dawn writes, Chris, how the blinking devil are you? She's found me on Facebook. You can join me on Facebook if you like. Just type in Chris Reardon London, and down the little pictures of all the Chris Reardons, because there's a few of us. Look for the one of me sitting in a rather comfortable armchair, drinking a cup of tea, all right? And you'll find me there. Just click the ad thing and I'll send you a little message as well. And Dawn writes, I found your site on the old www this evening. I saw that you weren't listed in the Camden place, so I went looking for you, and here you are. She says, I have to go to bed because I have to get up early tomorrow, but wanted to quickly say hi. I'm downloading your podcast to listen to on the way to work tomorrow, so I sure will be in touch again. Tell me your news. How often are you in Brighton? Well, I work in Brighton on Friday nights, Dawn. I think you bumped into one of my housemates the other day, Richard. He works in Brighton as well. I'm not sure who that is, actually. I will mail you again over the weekend. Can't wait to listen to you in the morning. So that was the first email. And here we are. When this is the next email that arrived the next day after she had listened to one of our little shows. I think we've got another friend and listener. I do. She says, lovely Chris, how I chortled. That's a good word, isn't it? Chortles. On the train, on the way to the big smoke today. She means London, of course. I can see this being a regular pastime for me. Commuting to London does mean I have a lot of listening time. Well, I hope, Dawn. That you'll be able to join us 3 times a week. We are one little happy family here, Dawn. And if you stay around for just a couple of weeks, you'll soon realise that it's not just me who makes this programme. It's the people who write in as well. And there's a few, I won't tell you their names now, but we've got a few, quite a few actually, a few regular people who contribute to the programme and give their little bits of opinion, perhaps advice on things, and they're all over the world. And it is the most, really, Dawn, this is the most fantastic thing. You know how much I used to enjoy doing those 70s and 80s Monday nights, yeah? Well, this is on a par with that. I love it. Absolutely love it. She says, now I downloaded 3 podcasts and I feared the worst when you confronted with your outrage at the price of bread. Well, it is a liberty, dear. However, I stuck with you and love it. It's like talking to you over the garden fence. But I do have a couple of points. Yes, that's what this show's like, Dawn. I wouldn't say so much talking over... Yeah, you're right, talking over the garden fence. It's also a bit like having a few friends around for a cup of tea and coffee. That's what it's about. Sharing opinions, sharing laughs, and sharing everything. Everything that's mine, Dawn, is yours, believe me. Point 1, she says... When did you grow into my dad? Pardon? She says, worrying about how fast to drive in case it uses more petrol. No, sorry, diesel. She says, and the Toyota flipping salespeople are hankering after an advertising deal. Do you think so? Maybe we could get Toyota to sponsor this programme, I don't know. She says... Point 2, you were in the Cubs and Scouts? Yes, I was. What's so shocking about that? We all like to get down and dirty while we're camping. God's sake, woman. And she says, and point 3, answering the door mid-radio broadcast, you would never have caught me and Mr. Joseph doing that. Well, why not? You can't leave these people outside, Dawn. God's sake, what's wrong with you, dear? This programme, Dawn, you obviously haven't caught the hook yet, have you? This programme is about life and is made as part of life. So if the door goes, I shall blooming well go and answer it. Now, I've just realised the sun's directly behind me now, isn't it? So the video side of things is not going to look too good, is it? Oh, dear. Have we got to move round now? I think I might have to move. Have I got to move round if the sun's behind me? Oh, it's all go, isn't it? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll finish this email now. I'll take you on a little tour of the house, okay? She says, I'm sure I will be in touch regularly as I hear your life unfold. Yeah, there we are. I don't know. Now, let me see. What else have we got here? She says, what are you doing? Where are you playing now? Well, I play a little price in Brighton, Dawn, which I've emailed you about. I downloaded one of your music sets and it made me want to go clubbing again. Not been since Jesus was a baby. Oh, you are naughty. When are you down again? I'm working in Hoxton. Where is... I don't know where that is, Hoxton. Is that East London? I work for a charity. I love it, she says, but it's a bit costly travelling to and fro, but worth it. Do you get... apart from the money side of things with that, Dawn, I reckon you get a lot of... do you get spiritual satisfaction out of that sort of thing? You see, because I'd like to do something like that, some sort of helping people. I believe you'd get a lot more out of that than, you know, earning money, so that sort of thing, is it? When you're down again, we should meet for coffee or tea or whatever your health regime will allow. I will be listening. Love, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. I would love to come down and have a cup of tea and a cake with you. I'm actually off on Wednesday nights at the moment, OK? Wednesday nights, which will, of course, include Wednesday daytime. Perhaps I could come down maybe a Wednesday afternoon and we can meet up in one of my favourite places there, Dawn, in Brighton, Harry Ramsden's. You know, the one right on the corner near the seafront? Harry Ramsden's Fish and Chips. Oh, yes. Boys and girls, if you ever come into Brighton, if you're ever going to Brighton, rather, for a little holiday, go for lunch to Harry Ramsden's. They do fish and chips, very, very famous fish and chip shop, and it's just on... It's just in front of Brighton Pier, just in front of the roundabout on the corner. If you ever go down Harry Ramsden's Fish and Chips, all right? Thank you for that, Dawn. Now, what's the time? OK, we're doing fine, aren't we? Now, the postal address, I'll give you the email again. It's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, all right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And the postal address, if you want to put pen to paper, is... Ready? It's Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, Berkshire, Berkshire, RG12 7QJ, United Kingdom. All right. Once again, it's Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, RG12. That's wrong, isn't it? RG42. No, I've got that wrong now. Shall I do it again? Oh dear. Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, RG42 9ED, United Kingdom. OK? That's the address for you to send your bits and pieces to. Right, now we've got some more emails. Let's just take you a quick look around the house and we'll see if you can find the other dogs as well, all right? Because they're all gathered all over the place. It's quite nice doing a show from someone else's house. And there's Bruno. Hang on a minute. Bruno! Let's show you Bruno the dog. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to get this... Oh, how am I going to do this? I've just realised I've got the camera on a different thing today. That's it. Right, OK. Right, now here's this lovely little pond I was telling you about. It's a nice pond. You won't be able to see the fish or anything like that. It's got kind of yellow flowers and that in the middle. And various greenery behind. You see that fence there? There's a fence right in front of me. That's another house there. Now that, my brother-in-law and my sister sold that piece of land from the garden last year to make money. And a builder bought that piece of land and bought a very well-built, I have to say, bungalow, which is now... So my sister sold that land and their garden became smaller. Now, personally, I wouldn't have sold the land unless I absolutely had to. I don't know what the story is there. But, you know, that was their decision. I like a big garden. Not bothered about a big house, really. A two-bedroom house would do me fine, you know. As long as I got a studio and a bedroom and a living room and a kitchen, that would do me fine. I like a big garden. Anyway, so let's have another look at the garden there. It's rather nice. We've got some little mauve flowers. Just bonus, she's got pansies all round the pond as well. All different coloured pansies. I thought these were winter pansies, actually. Got to watch where I'm walking here because of the dogs on the garden. There's some little, I think that's lavender right in front of me there. Beautiful purple lavender. Anyway, so the house now. Let's go to the house now. I've turned around. To the left of me is like a wood cabin. I think it's called a wood cabin. It's not sure what it's called now. Oh, there's one of the dogs. There's Duchess. Hello, Duchess. How you come, darling? Duchess, come on. Come on, Duchess. Now, this is Duchess. Now, she's recently had her lady bits sorted out, so she can't have puppies anymore. But this is Duchess. Beautiful, aren't you, darling? Eh? Where's Bruno? Where's the other dogs, eh? Where's the other dogs gone? Beautiful black Labrador, that's Duchess. It's funny, actually, she only had her operation a couple of days ago and she's already okay. Aren't you? You're fine, aren't you? Don't take long for animals to get over things, does it? Anyway, this is the log... That's it, a log cabin that my brother-in-law and my nephew built. And they keep all their bits and pieces in there. All right, that's a little table and chairs thing there. She's also got one of those, what are they called, hot tubs. Now, the hot tub is in, like, this wooden thing with, like, plastic... I think it's plastic glass. Hang on, let me have a look. I'll take you in here. Yeah, it's plastic glass, and this is the hot tub that is all covered up at the moment. Look at that. And they all sit in there. Not my idea of a healthy place to sit, to be honest. A hot tub, sitting in there and all that dirty water. No, thank you. I've actually not got a shower at all in my house. I don't know if I've told you that before. I haven't got a shower. Sorry, not a shower. I haven't got a bath in my house. I just have showers. Now this another part of the house here. Okay. This is her mother-in-law's little room. It's all part of the same house. Now, I don't know if I can get down there or not. Let me have a quick look. Let's have a look down the side here. I've never been down here. I'm now walking down the side of the house. There's some sort of wooden thing there that's in the way. Oh, yes, I can. That's it. That's clever. It's a wooden thing there. So we go down the side of the house here. There's my little car, right? My little baby car. Can you see? My little Toyota Aygo. I should be very careful and not reveal my number plate to you. There we are. Here's, I think that's my sister's car there. Right? And that's her car as well. She's got two cars. Quite a nice house. Let me take you out the front. She's got two big gates here. We're up in Lincolnshire, incidentally, Woodhall Spa. So, up here... house prices are much cheaper than they are where we are, which is why they can have kind of a big house like that. There we are. You can see the top of the house there. Up there, that is where I'm sleeping. That's my room while I'm here, okay? That little white bit at the top there. Right, let's go back into the house. She's got the old Leylandii trees there. I don't know if I can go on a side gate, actually. Can we go on a side gate? Then I can walk around again, or is that locked? Oh, that's all locked up. We'll have to go back in the other way again, all right? Oh, enjoying this little walkabout. All right, Joy in action. Of course, she can't watch the programme. I hope you can... I hope I'm giving you sort of, you know, an insight. Are you able to sort of paint the picture yourself in your mind of what the house looks like? Huh? I do hope so. Hope I'm describing it all right. Oh, I nearly trod in some dog stuff then. Awful, isn't it? Well, we'll come round the back again. I know you take an interest in all this, 1 minute. There we are. Here's the another table and chairs. Quite nice, that, isn't it? That's the back door there. See, I can tell you all this because you don't know where it is. We don't have burglars here. No, thank you very much. And here's the back. And that's quite nice to sit in that area there. You see that little... it's almost like it's an extension to the house. It's like a little sort of sun lounge. All right, so let's come back and sit down now and do another couple of emails. Promise you a little look round, so there we are. Now, just a minute, I need to set myself up again. Put that there. Put that there. 1 minute, 1 minute. I've got to just attach the camera a bit. Screw that in. Is that right? That's all done. All done. That's it. Oh, I'm worn out moving around. Are you with me? With me? Yeah, that's it. Right then, let's have a look. It's our friend Gloria in Florida. Hello, Gloria. Who says, "Hi, Chris. I'm still listening to your shows." And she says, "I'm just as interesting and funny as ever." Do you think so? You see, I watch these shows sometimes and I think, what a load of rubbish. I do. And I'm sure there are plenty of people that do, Gloria. She says, "A short time ago, you were talking about weather and tornadoes. I thought I'd send you some pictures from a windstorm in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm sure you remember Amy, my daughter, the 3rd grade teacher in Omaha." Of course I do. Of course I remember. "These are pictures of her mother and father-in-law's house and trees." And she sent some pictures, which are a lot of damage. "This is wind damage only. The Omaha area has a population of about 500,000 people. This storm damaged houses, trees and cars all over the area. 2 young men were killed when their car was crushed. In the older part of the city, there was one tree that was so large it crushed 2 houses. In some of the pictures you will see Amy with her 2 children, Trevor and Libby, which I did see. Thank you very much for those. I think there are pictures of some of the neighbourhood kids too." And she sent some pictures as well of the Omaha tornado, which happened at 2:30 in the morning. You see, that's the problem with you know, quite apart from the fact that a tornado is very dangerous and this, that and the other, we all know that, it's when they hit at 2:30 in the morning. What sort of warning do you get for that? In the middle of the night, you don't know it's coming, do you? I mean, surely, you know, it's a lot better to have a tornado in the middle of the day. At least, you know, if you're walking around, oh my God, you know, you can see one coming towards you or something. "Amy and her children were here in Florida with me. Amy's husband, Tim, headed for the basement when the wind woke him up." Yeah, apparently, those of you here in the UK, the wind from a tornado is so loud. It's quite unbelievable. "Thankfully, Amy and Tim's house had no damage. This tornado was about 1 mile from Amy's house, but it was only 1 block from the school where she teaches. Tornadoes can go up and down, so by luck it jumped over the school. However, the school is closed for the summer. I'm not sure how many houses it destroyed, but you can see the devastation." I certainly could see the devastation on those pictures that you sent there, Gloria. Wow. "We didn't know anyone in the houses. These were just pictures taken from the Omaha newspaper. I thought you would find it interesting to see how it can take a piece of wood and drive it into the side of the house. And indeed a car. Because one of the pictures you sent, Gloria, I don't know if you noticed it yourself, was there was a car door and it looked like it had a piece of wood stuck in the side of the metal door. That's the ferocity of a tornado. By the way, the other pictures I sent of the windstorm were taken on June the 28th. It has been a tough summer for Omaha. It certainly has. So thanks very much for the pictures, Gloria. Great to hear from you, by the way. I hope you're well down there in Florida. I haven't been there for a few years. I am funny, aren't I? I keep saying that I want to visit these things and places and, of course, people, and I just don't get up and do it. As I've said before, I always find it very inconvenient to have a holiday. Because, you know, you've got to stop and then when you come back you have to wind up again and start and... I don't know, it's a little bit like... you know, you have these big... I feel a bit like one of these big industrial plants And it's better for them to keep it going all the time rather than switch everything off and then come back a couple of days later and switch it all on again. I do find it easier to just keep going sometimes, although I do get tired, as you know. Thanks, Gloria. Nice to hear from you and your family. Please send my love to Amy as well. She must be, is she on holiday now? When does she got another load of children in for the next term soon, isn't she? Hope she gets some good ones, some well-behaved ones. Hi to Matty, who's our Tasmanian devil. Lives in Tasmania, Australia. And he says, I looked up Bracknell on the map, where it is, west of London, near Ascot. That's right. He says, me looked on the Google Maps and the satellite view, hoping to see you there. I don't think they zoom in that close yet, but that's coming. I'm sure that's coming. We've got a bit of a hoo-ha at the moment here in the UK in some of the newspapers. They were saying that Google are driving around into different streets and that, taking photographs with these mobile camera things of the areas, what people live in and what have you. And there's a lot of people a little bit unhappy about that. I mean, I wouldn't be too happy about that, actually. You know, being able to identify where my house was and everything. You don't know, you never know who's watching, do you, or anything like that, you know. Anyway, yes, I'm quite near Ascot, I'm quite near the famous racecourse. That's where I live. All right, where all the horses, and they have a couple of really big days out. Of course, the Queen goes to Royal Ascot, which is once a year, sort of around the beginning of June. Usually, I think it's either just before the Wimbledon tennis or just after. All right, let's have a look. Likes the sense of humour, and Matty says, I'm cheeky, I'm Tasmanian devil here, you're my next European tiger. Well, I don't know what he means by that. Yes, you see, I'm a tiger as well. What's all this creeping about going on? They're creeping about the house. Why are you all creeping about like that? Hey? Why have you still got your pyjamas on? No, over there. It's Stacey again, walking around. They were surprised. I could hear what you were saying. They were surprised. I heard one say to the other, my God, he's still talking. Yes, there's no shutting me up once I go. I think this show should be 4 hours, 4 times a week. What do you reckon, boys and girls? Do you reckon I could do it? Do you? And the thing is, you see these people doing chat shows and that on the television or indeed on radio, and they do like 4 hour, well, not so much the television, but certainly on radio, a 4-hour chat show 5 times a week. Do you think I could manage that? I could with your help. If you sent in enough emails and things like that to sort of jog my memory, because I'm quite good when someone sends in an email to kind of take bits out of it. I feel I'm quite good to take bits out of it and build on them. I find that easier than coming up with the original sort of subjects to talk about. Although quite often that's what this programme, of course, is. It's just me and you, isn't it? There's no producer. Quite often shows have producers and things like that, and they are the ones that come up with the right ideas and feed the presenter with bits of information now and again, which he builds on. Me, it's just me and you. Mind you, that's all we need, isn't it? Just you and me. You and me. Me and you. Lots of us. Things for us to do. And Matthew writes, greetings Earthlings, welcome to Planet Earth. I watched one of your shows last night on your website about the bank story. One of those new machines that you put money through them and it counts it for you. How amazing is that? We call them tellers here in Australia. When you go to person in the bank, do you call them cashiers or tellers? We call them cashiers. We go into the bank and we go to the cashier. I do know in America they are also called tellers as well. So there we are. And he says, and me a Tasmanian devil, me bite. You do come out with some funny things, Matty. I love your emails. And he wrote one more thing here. He says, dear Chris, how are you, my friend? Tasmanian devil here. Topic, global warming. We were talking about that the other day. I think in future, vehicles like cars and planes and etc. shouldn't run on petrol. Do you mind? If you're going to come and say hello, come and say hello. I've only got another 10 minutes left. Come on, Sharon, come and say hello. Well, close the door and get in while I'm trying to talk. It's very rude to talk while people are talking to me.
I can't see their thing.
They're there, look. Did you hear her? She said, I can't see anyone. Are you blind? Come, Solo. Come, Solo, Sharon. Come and say hello.
Goodbye,
Just a
Princess.
quick hello, come on. Oh, she won't come out. It's my sister. She's scared. She's scared. Anyway. She don't understand. She don't understand, does she? She said, I can't see her. There's no one there. I know you're there. That's the thing. That is the thing. I know you're there. She doesn't believe there's anyone there. She said, I can't see anyone. I know you're there. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't take any notice of her. No one else does, to be honest. Right, yes. Let me see. Matt is saying, cars and that shouldn't run on petrol because it's affecting the whole world on global warming. Like, we should have solar-powered cars, and that can generate from the sun and the air and wind at night. It could save money on petrol, and that, I think, could be a good thing to go ahead, because cars do pollute the air with air pollution, and it may affect global warming, that something might happen to our Earth or affect our way of living. Well, Matt, it already is, isn't it? This is the thing. Our way of living is already being affected by global warming. As for cars running on electricity, it's coming, isn't it? It's coming. If you have a little look around on electric cars, you will already see some that are available to buy. But they haven't got quite the battery technology yet. And I think the most that a car can do at the moment on battery is about 100 miles. Joe, I think it was Joe last week who sent in, was it the last show, I think, sent in an email about a brand new car, a brand new SUV actually, and a truck in America that is completely electric. And they've now got up to about 100 miles range on this particular vehicle, and it can do up to 93 miles an hour. So, you know, not bad, is it? Not bad. So we're getting there slowly. Now, we do have... And it hopeless, that was one of the dogs knocking something over. We do have a car here in the UK called a G-Wiz. Now, that's like a little city car, and I think it can do a maximum of about 40 miles on a charge. But, I mean, it's not good enough at the moment because, I mean, for example, coming up here to Lincolnshire is just a bit under 200 miles. So you see, what would I do? I'd get to 100 miles and then the car would stop. You've got to charge the thing, and all that takes time. So we're not quite there with the electric cars, but I do believe it will happen. And I'm quite excited about that. I would love to own an electric car. I really would. Of course, the thing is, electric cars on their own don't make the air better. It depends how you create the electricity. If you're still using coal stations and oil stations to make that electricity in the first place, all you're doing is shifting the pollution elsewhere. Wherever the power station is that's making the electricity. We've got to make the electricity by other means. And you'll quite rightly say here, wind power, solar power, and wave power as well, maybe. Although I gather they've done an experiment somewhere here in the UK on wave power, and that's not quite worked out as well as they hoped it would. Matt says we also should have solar power businesses and houses rather than getting power from a power station just in case of a blackout. If we could run solar power things 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and not get charged, then that would be good. It's just a topic that I think should go ahead for the future that I had in mind. Because goodness knows, when the smoke goes out of cars, it could be a disaster in the future. Where the smoke comes out of cars, you mean the exhaust, don't you? It could be a disaster for the future. Your friend Matty, the Tasmanian Facebook devil. Yes, it certainly is. Thank you, Matty. Some good points there. Of course, there are many different ways we have at the moment of doing renewable energy, but a lot of it is quite new, and the technology needs to move further. I do have solar panels on the house, but my system is grid connected, okay? That means my wiring, okay, as I make electricity, it comes down the wires and I use what I want and the rest of it goes down the line. Now, if for some reason the electricity people cut me off for a while, then I can't use the solar power from the panels on their own. They have to be tied in with the mains electricity. So, interesting point. So if the mains electricity go out, I still go off as well, because the two are tied. I could have a system where I just use my panels and they charge batteries, but that is prohibitively expensive at the moment to have a system like that. Okay, so thank you for that. Let's have a look. Oh, and by the way, Matt is one of our... let me see. Sorry. He says, Little Tasmanian Devil has sharp teeth. I looked at your videos again. Very interesting. I've become a study viewer of your show. And he thinks it's funny how I call him Little Tazzy. I guess I am little. I was born June the 17th, 1981. He said, I love the shows. In the background, I hear a lot of planes flying over your property. Lots of love from Matty. Yeah, it's true. We do have a lot of planes. Time for me to go now. Thank you, as always, for watching or listening to the show today. I'll see you again in a couple of in a couple of days' time. For myself, Chris Reardon here in Woodhall Spa in Lincolnshire. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.